Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I would like to thank you for watching this video. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Adli. I am an automation engineer. I have almost 6 years experience in one FMCG company which is producing and managing all the product development. Now in these days, I'm being a student in Master of Engineering Management program, and this video is regarding to speak to one of my subject called Product Management, and it's under supervision by Dr. Murad Tijani. And these days I will talk about the fantastic book which is called Lean Product Management. Then today I will summarize that fantastic book which is talking about the basic thing of lean product management. And this book have been established by Gary Cohen. Actually, he's a senior principal consultant with the 280 group, and actually he has 15 years product management with extensive experience and knowledge of the agile development. And this book was talking about the three major axes in lean product management. First one, it was talk about what's the lean, including the definition and principle of the lean. Then it will talk about what challenges of that, and also it will talk how you becoming as the lean and what practice behind that. So this is our agenda today. First, we'll talk about what the lean product management is. Then we'll go what's the rules of lean product manager. Then the principle of the lean. Then product market fit challenges. Then we'll come to the practice and how you will becoming as the lean. Then we'll go at the last about the small conclusion. Here in this slide, I talk about the definition of the lean management, and we can simplify the lean by four words as the continuous improvement to deliver the value to your customer. And there is one saying, there is no point which we can say we are arrived, or we can only say that we did better today than yesterday. Then I believe that following change we can do better than tomorrow. So whenever you fail to reach, is still you did not reach. So that means the continuous improvement is very important to deliver the value to your customer. And this slide actually talk about the rules of product manager. As you can see in this figures, the product management has involved in all or most of all functions in the organization, and product manager must deliver the value to the business and play to strategic role. And also is responsible for strategic planning and technical execution for the plan for the product or product range. Also is responsible for the successful product will have authority and it will within the organization to decide what need to be done. Actually, as you can see in this figure, the project manager work with development team, customer sales, marketing, and senior managers, and also to keep the wider market and including the competitor. Here, as you can see, there is some task the product manager has to do, produce at the cost well below the price the customer is willing to pay, and also differentiating from the competitive alternative. Also, the product may have duty to deliver and maintain the financial benefit to the business, and this point is very important thing. And here the principle of the lean, as you can see in this figure in the center, there is maximize the value, and surrounding this one we have some point like identify the value. Then you have to map the value stream and create the flow, establish the core system, seek to perfect. So I will summarize each point with a small description. Like in the first point, like identify the value, that wanted to be done by interviewing your customer and get their needs. And it's important to understand that value with respect to lean without or about what the customer is willing to pay. and this means truly understand what he wants and what they value, and that it will be by like questions like how does the product make the customer life simpler or help them to accomplish their goal or deliver their customer are good or not. And the second thing, which is the map, the value stream, here we can see like is one of the key process with all the customer or comply the customer. We can use here to help them to understand the flow through their organization and product or information as well. What element of the process that added value and which element is not an add value, and also we found like useful to identify the variation in the process by one person or group. And the third one, we can, at this point, create the continuous workflow. Here, actually, once we have the your value, like value stream information, it is time to think about the flow. What you are interested in, understanding what the tools, technique, people, and training do you need to create enable production to run smoothly, and also understand what the flow actually it is and how the ensure to steps the process run smoothly from part size issues is massive yani step for the organization. Regarding the creatable system here, this is strategy used to reduce the waste in the production process, and actually in this type of the system component used in manufacturing process are only to replace once they have been consumed, so the companies only make enough product to meet the customer demand. The last one, continuous improvement or seek perfection. You will never reach to perfection, but you should always seek to get there. So there is an important point you should look to install in your organization. This is to drive to drive the continuous improvement focus within your company, and to extent, and you should be continuous looking what waste and what your laws you need to address it to get closer to perfect situation. And there is many technique we can use in this one, like such as 5S and 5Y. And here we have the product market fit challenges. As you can see, this the triangle figures. Here we have the problem, and here the business model and product. Actually, here there is 3 points with different questions. The market problem, the worth solving to keep the customer is willing to pay or big enough market. And also we can ask one question: can we solve the problem in terms of feasibility, cost, and risk? And also we can ask one question here: can we solve the problem in terms of all product profitability and sustainability? Here, as you come with idea for new product, you will need to consider whether each one of them in worth forcing. In other words, is there a product market fit? The first thing to answer is whether the problem worth solving. So enough people have to need to and to be willing to pay for it, and your company has to be able to develop efficiently market product that solve their problem combining with the make they want to pay it. If the answer is yes, then you need to decide whether your company has or can build and the right capability to successfully bring product to market. And finally, you need to a business model here in this side that makes the company money and support overall strategy. Actually, in this figure, as you can see, each corner of this slide has to own discovery process, and any changing in one of them can affect to other two. And here the most interesting thing, the practice how the becoming as the lean here. I have listed some important thing. The first thing you have to focus on that problem you need to be solved. or identify the problem. The second thing, understand the problem space to identify and meet need and get back to the solution space. The third thing, you have to sit with your team, like as trust your team for certification and courses, training to your team. The fourth one, the validation. After you have solved the issue, you have to validate it again. And the fifth one, you have to set the best concept developments. And number six, the time value analysis is the most important thing. Then you have to apply it all stages in this process. Here, actually, we can give small conclusion about this book. Actually, in this lane, there are many tools which used to improve the quality and eliminate waste, reduce time, reduce total cost, and develop an easier way for management to coordinate any production or any processing. Actually, the main thing I have learned, or you have to focus after read this book, or the objective. The first one, it will be like, you will eliminate the non-added value activity. Then the second thing, the minimize the work and process inventory. Then the meet to customer demand on the time, and the create the flexibility of a study changeover. Then you have to be the creative multi-skilled operator responding quickly for any changing happen for or any study changeover. And so after this small brief about that book, I'm really recommended to all of you to read this book. You will get more some skills and knowledge how to be like lean and how you will manage your product as well in the end. So I would like to thank you all of you for watching this video, and thank you again.